Hi, this is Frank Snyder with Frank Snyder Financial. Visiting with you today about my 12 traits of the financially successful. Basically, these 12 traits are things that I've discovered from very successful people. And I'm on number 8. It's called Find a Good Life Partner. Basically, people kind of start off in life, and if you're going to, get married, have somebody that you're going to spend your life with, my advice is, from visiting with successful and unsuccessful people over the years, is find a good one. One of the funny things that I see over and over when I sit down with, let's just say mature couples, and you start the conversation, how long you guys have been married. And the funny thing is, sometimes you'll get a hesitation and they'll say, well, kind of pretty much like forever. We met each other in college or high school or, shortly thereafter. We fell in love, we got married. We start our life. Often it's, they'll tell you we didn't have a lot. I mean, we started with pretty much nothing. We got a little help from my parents or her parents or whatever. And this is what we've become. And I'm sitting there looking at maybe a multi-million dollar or $1 million or even just, a really good, net worth. They've done well, basically. But the concept really was, and I'll start visiting with them and say, so everything went smooth the whole time, and they'll laugh and chuckle a little bit and say, well, we've had our ups and downs over time, but we learned to work through this, and we were able to overcome these challenges and obstacles. And he can be a little obstinate sometimes or even stubborn, but I've learned to live with that. And maybe sometimes she'd like to go out and spend a little too much on things, but, he says, I've learned to live with that. And we've made a great life. And what I'm trying to say here is that, any relationship, it's not going to be perfect from day one. There are going to be challenges, there are going to be struggles. But what these successful folks did is they found a way to work their way through it. And I've said all this stuff to kind of come to this concept of divorce is very expensive. Successful people, have realized that over time. I mean, if you keep dividing your assets or fighting over your assets, and, I've seen scenarios where literally it's like, at the end of the day, the only folks that ended up with any money were the attorneys. So it's $50 to make a phone call. It's basically $100 to send a letter. And sometimes I'm talking about folks that didn't have a lot of money in the first place. And they get all done and they've spent all this money, to split up. So again, my advice is again, when you find someone, make sure that it is someone that you can spend your life with. Work on your relationship. There are a lot of books that you can read. There's, for goodness sakes, you can go on YouTube and there's marriage counselors that can help. And if the two of you decide that you want to have a good long-term relationship and basically you want to be financially successful, make your marriage, your partnership, something that you devote time, effort, and energy into. Good luck, and that's one of our 12 traits of the financially successful. I'm Frank Snyder. Check us out on YouTube or at franksnyder.com.